Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today, November 20th, 2025. We're in here in Provo at 3021 North, Bannock Drive. We have the camera pushed out 155 feet. And now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. I flushed the toilet to help clear my camera head off. We're not yet to the city connection. It does look like I found a sewer access point, so hopefully I can scope through there and see the rest of the line. I doubt there's too much left. I think we're getting close to the end, but we're not quite there yet. And right off the bat, it looks like this part of the line has a liner. That's basically a sleeve that gets blown into the older line. And then it transitions to PVC. PVC is a plastic pipe, and that's what they use on most new construction. And that was the clean out. And so that section there, that goes up hopefully above ground, and I'll be able to access the line there and see the rest of the line. So watch for a part 2, and I'll send a second link. A little running water is fine. I ran some water to help push my camera out, and then I had to flush the toilet to help clear my camera off. I did push through some debris on the way out, which was starting to cover my camera head. But basically, running water is fine. What you don't want to see is standing water where it's covering my camera head or where it looks like there's a belly. But so far it's looking good. Plastic. Normal amounts of buildup, but so far it looks like the grade is good. They probably blew a liner into the road because that can be more cost effective than digging up the road. A little bit of standing water here. Not bad. Holding a touch of water, that could contribute to some of that buildup that you're seeing. If grease is settling there, it's more likely to stick and solidify. Not bad though. Same here. Starting to barely go underwater. I mean, so we might be a ½ inch there. Not a lot. And it's not very long. I wouldn't even call that a belly at that point. Maybe a little bit of a flat spot, but the more standing water you have, the more concerning it is. If you have a foot or two of standing water, it's much less likely that you're going to have a backup because of it. If you have 10 feet or 20, 30, 40 feet, then you're much more likely to. Pretty long line, which this house is set back kind of far from the road, and so I'm not shocked, but average length of a line that I see is 100 feet, maybe a touch more from the roof. We were at over 150 and still not to the end of the line. Overall, this line's looking great. It has been replaced. PVC is not original, so it's good to see that. A little bit of standing water, but not bad. There's another access point. I haven't inspected the exterior yet, and so I haven't seen it, but hopefully that's something that I would see as I walk around the yard. And now we're transitioning to cast iron. I think they said in the disclosure they replaced the entire sewer line. That's true if we're talking about what's outside the house. If you're talking about what's under the house, which I would also consider the sewer line, I would say this line has not been completely replaced. This is going to be the weakest link. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty and it will eventually need to be replaced as well. This isn't the worst looking cast that I've seen, but it is a little bit rough. You could descale it where they run a tool down it and cut off all the rust, and that would make it smoother. Now we're just coming up the roof stack. This line, or my camera, is looking at the line between the house and the street. We're not looking at all the secondary lines. And so, you know, I can show you that you have cast iron under the house, but you might have secondary lines that are buried that are also cast iron or galvanized. And those can have similar issues with rust and buildup. And those are lines that are separate from the sewer lateral line. I'm going to end this recording now. Well, let me say this first. Overall, it looks great. PVC going all the way out. You have a little bit of liner at the end. Hopefully I'm going to be able to find the other clean out and see the rest of the line. You do have cast iron under the house. That's the weakest link. That will eventually need to be replaced. This looked like normal cast from the age, which isn't a great thing. It looked kind of rough. You could have it cleaned, but it did look like it was performing the way that it should be. I didn't see any standing water through the cast. One hard thing is that through a camera lens, you can't see how thick that cast iron is. And so you might go to clean it and get decades of more use out of it. You might clean it and break a hole through it. It's hard to predict. I've certainly seen houses of this age that have replaced their cast, but I also see a lot of houses from the 1920s still using original cast under the house. I'm going to end this recording now.